So if you're looking to apply for a bachelor's or master's degree in Finland, you're also most likely looking for scholarships to help pay for those studies. So in this video, I will explain everything that you need to know about university scholarships for international students in Finland. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel, and also welcome to the Aalto University campus in Otaniemi. On this channel we talk about education and early career development, specifically here in Finland. So if you're new here, do consider subscribing. Alright, so first things first, a common question that I get all the time is, are there any scholarships for international students in Finland? Yes, there are. Every single university in Finland offers scholarships for international students. Having said this, it's actually important to first understand who can apply for these scholarships. So in summary, only those applicants who are liable to pay tuition fees in Finland are eligible to also apply for scholarships from the universities. This basically means that university scholarships are only for non-European Union and non-European economic area citizens who are going to study in Finland in English. In addition, Swiss nationals cannot apply for university scholarships because they are not liable to pay tuition fees in Finland. Having said this, if you are a European Union or European Economic Area citizen, do not click away from this video, because at the end of it, I will talk about other funding options that also you can apply for. Also, if you are a doctoral student in Finland, do note that there is a completely separate funding system for your research, and the scholarships in this video do not apply to you. I will do a separate video about PhD funding sometime later, so do make sure to subscribe to the channel for future updates. Alright, so the next question is, what kind of scholarships are there in Finland? Well, since each university in Finland has its own individual scholarship programs, there are a number of different scholarships available depending on the school that you are applying to. However, most of these scholarships can be divided into three categories. First, there are scholarships that you apply for before you start your studies. These have many different names, but for now, let's call them tuition fee waivers. Second, there are also scholarships that you apply for only after you have started your studies and which are based on your academic performance. Let's call these incentive-based scholarships. Finally, some universities also have so-called early bird scholarships. Alright, so when and how do you actually apply for these scholarships? So in terms of tuition fee waivers, you apply for these with the same application form that you use to apply for the university degree itself. So this is basically done by ticking the relevant sections in the application form at the time of application, and it's super important to note that it is not possible to apply for a university tuition fee waiver after the application period has ended, and there are no reserve lists for the allocation of these types of scholarships. So please do not forget to check whether these kind of scholarships are available when you're applying for the university program. In addition to the tuition fee waivers, some universities also offer incentive-based scholarships. So do note that each university usually has a different name for this type of scholarships, but they usually function in the same manner. The incentive-based scholarships are granted to students who are liable to pay tuition and who have progressed with their studies at a good pace and with good grades. So the exact amount of credits and the GPA required depends on the university, but for example, Aalto University has an incentive-based scholarship which is granted to those who have completed 60 or more credits per academic year without any kind of GPA requirements. On the other hand, the University of Tampere has a 50% scholarship option for all tuition fee paying students, which is awarded to all those fee paying students who complete at least 60 ECTS credits with a GPA of no less than 3.0 in one academic year. So as you can see here, the way that the scholarships are structured vary quite a lot, so make sure to check them from the university websites. Alright, so as mentioned, the third category of scholarships was the early bird scholarships. Again, whether or not these are offered and what the exact rules for these are depends on the school. Regardless, the early bird scholarships are usually meant to reward those who accept their admission offers right away. For example, Tampere University has an early bird scholarship that covers 50% of one's tuition for the first year of studies. However, in order to take advantage of this early bird scholarship, you would need to accept the offered study place and pay the other half of the tuition within 2 weeks of receiving your admission letter. So one of the really cool things about studying in Finland is that we get to enjoy really high quality but also affordable student housing. In fact, if you are coming to Finland to study, I really recommend that you apply for a student apartment from today's sponsor, which is HOAS. HOAS, or the Foundation for Student Housing in the Helsinki region, is a non-profit building, renting and maintaining student apartments in the capital region, and I really recommend that you apply to one of their almost 10,000 apartments like these ones right behind me. I've been living in HOAS apartments basically throughout my studies, and what is really cool about them is that not only are they high quality and low price, but they're also really well located around the capital, so that no matter in which university campus you study, your commute to school and back is always super convenient. More information about HOAS and their apartments through the links in the description box below. Moving on, the next logical question is, financially, how large are these scholarships? So the scope of the scholarships in Finland depend not only on the university, but also on the degree program in question. As a benchmark, Aalto University has two types of tuition fee waivers. One that covers 50% of your tuition, and the other covers 100% of your tuition fee for the entirety of your studies. So these 50 and 100% scholarships are the most common ones, but again, and as mentioned, the scope of the scholarship actually depends on the university that you're applying to. Alright, so next up, what do these scholarships actually cover? So regardless of the school and the size of the scholarship, the majority of scholarships provided by Finnish universities and universities of applied sciences only cover the cost of your tuition fee. This means that the majority of university scholarships do not cover any kind of living costs or other personal or study related costs. However, some Finnish universities do have a small number of individual degree programs that offer their own scholarships that also cover living expenses either in full or in part. Do note that there are only a very few number of these kind of programs, and they might not exist in the field that you're looking to pursue. So now that we know what kind of scholarships there are and who can actually apply for them, let's quickly discuss different reasons for why your scholarship might actually be discontinued. So in short, the most common reason for a scholarship being cancelled is that one's studies do not follow the pre-approved personal study plan, or if a student hasn't completed enough credits per academic year. So the minimum number of credits might vary between schools, but a good benchmark is 45 ECTS credits per academic year. So do note that a normative pace in Finland is 60 credits per year, so doing less than 45 credits means that you are progressing really slowly. Next up, let's talk a bit about scholarships and taxation. So universities in Finland are obliged by law to report all granted scholarships to the Finnish tax authorities. So as of 2021, scholarships in Finland are generally tax-free up to the value of 23,668 euros and 35 cents per calendar year. Any amount exceeding that limit is generally subject to tax. So this set limit includes scholarships paid in Finland by a non-public entity, including any combination of tuition fee waivers, incentive-based scholarships, travel grants, one-off payments, and living expense scholarships that you might get from the university for your studies. Do note that if your combined scholarships and grants exceeds the aforementioned sum within 1 calendar year, you may be contacted by the Finnish tax authority. Alright, so finally, in addition to scholarships provided by the universities themselves, there are some other scholarships and grant options that you should keep an eye out for. You can usually apply for the following scholarships no matter whether you are liable to pay tuition in Finland or not. So the first option is to figure out whether or not your university student union offers any scholarships for their members. Some, like the Aalto University Student Union, do give out some annual grants to their active members. However, do keep in mind that these scholarships are usually granted for students who have both achieved good academic success as well as been active in participating in the local student community. Also, depending on the student union, these scholarships are usually some hundreds of euros, and they can be granted to a single person only once. On top of this, the second option is to apply for scholarships through scholarshipportal.com, which is an international portal for grants and scholarships for college and university students. These scholarships are provided mostly by private institutions and foundations, and And while I would keep an eye out on this website, do note that they very rarely offer scholarships that are specifically for students coming to Finland. Anyways, the third option is to keep in mind that some countries offer their citizens scholarships to study abroad, and you should definitely find out whether or not this is the case with your government. As an example, Russian citizens who apply to study a master's level degree at one of the top 150 universities in the world may be eligible to apply for funding from the Global Education Program, which is funded by the Russian government. In addition, many Finnish universities, together with the Fulbright University of Graduate Awards, offers scholarships to US citizens who study in Finland. So I really recommend that you check out whether or not your government offers similar scholarship options for you to study abroad. Alright, so now that you know how university scholarships work in Finland, next I recommend that you watch this video where I talk about when and how to apply to universities in Finland. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.